Thank you. Good evening. Thank you all for attending this lecture entitled Marriage, Why Bother? Subtitle, The Mysterious Names of Kent. My parents, for example, lovingly called him Kentelope. Some backstory as to my credentials in this field. I've known the subject Kent since I was born. My first words to him were goo, and flaunting his 1 month superior intelligence, he replied back gaga. What happened after could be described as a friendship. Some more things. Kent has always caused trouble and has been up for trouble. Somehow we combined together to convince each other to buy $400 pocket rockets. I have never ridden mine. For fun, we used to put his car into neutral and push it up and down hills. I don't know why we did that. Probably to remain carbon neutral. He was always up for coming along for my trouble, as the next two nicknames reveal. I wanted to build a website, so Kent built a website. I wanted to have an animation competition, so Kent made an animated movie of apples singing to a cow. I wrote a note here. It's now he dresses up as a cow and makes cider every year. I could tell many stories of drinking with Kent, so I will. One mid-Sunday afternoon, we decided to play $6 in 6 minutes, in which we drank a huge bottle of cheap $6 champagne in 6 minutes. Kent probably fell asleep after and was awoken half an hour later by his own body projectile vomiting. I hope you agree. My history makes me qualified to discuss this topic. Marriage is hard work. Everyone would agree that Kent is a hard worker. There is an old family video of us, one of our first two together. It was filmed after the time we both learned to walk. I looked exactly the same as I do now, only shorter. Kent is about the same height. And has poofy blonde hair. In this video, I am picking up a magazine, one at a time from the magazine rack in Kent's basement, and walking across the room to throw the magazine on the floor. In a continuous loop, I would walk from the magazine rack to the floor to throw back to the magazine rack. Kent was on the other end of this loop, and while I would be getting a new magazine, he'd be picking up one I threw and walking over and putting it away while I was throwing the next one out. And this cycle of Kent cleaning up my messes has continued until I was 26 and living in his basement. A few years ago, he told me the people at work nicknamed him Little Hitler. With that name in mind, for Jamie's sake, I hope I was wrong about marriage being hard work. The institution of marriage is as old as Homo sapiens. Donald Brown listed as among the human universals, the part of culture that has been founded in every tribe studied by anthropologists alongside other universals as dancing, storytelling, jealousy, or language. Little Hitler, the first name of Kent. Did you know he had all these names? Probably not. You know why? It's part of his mystery. There's two parts to Kent's mystery. One is that Kent likes secrets. He likes casually letting you know he purchased a house a month after. Telling you he went on vacation after he's already come back. He never really told me he was in a relationship. He just said I was supposed to show up to this party today anyway. The other side to Kent's mystery is that he related to me one night after 7 to 14 shots of tequila. You already know, Jeff. I'm bad at talking about my feelings. One symptom of this, the girls definitely like Kent more than me. Often the conversation would lead to, tell me more about Kent. Why don't you ask him? He's so mysterious that I never know what he is feeling. What's underneath all that? Just more of the same. We'll never get to know what he's feeling. Good thing that kind of communication isn't important to marriage at all. His mysterious image is why I'd often cast him as the rugged hero in my movies. Which brings us to his next nickname, Killstone McGee. I love to make movies, and Kent would always sort of play along. If you call him Killstone now, his instincts will kick in and he will look at you with a steely gaze. Killstone McGee jumped over couches and got into gunfights. Kent once let Andy break a real guitar over his back. Just for a shot in the movie. And Andy ruined it by laughing. Though we give it a single name, marriage takes many forms, and sometimes one man and one woman. In 0.5% of all hunter-gatherer tribes studied, a woman may love more than one man. In civilized part of society, modern word, man may marry man, woman may marry woman. 100 years ago, well, we'll get to that later. Two of Kent's names, Killstone McGee and Little Hitler. Hard names for a hard man. The last name I will share with you is a name he held for a few years, a name in which he traveled the world and saved lives, a Dungeons & Dragons character, and a name that is a real testament to Kent's creativity. Dorf the Dwarf of Dwarven Hills. This room is 219 years old. 100 years ago, in what was then considered civilization, marriage was a full necessity if you wanted to have a public relationship with anyone. And though marriage is no longer mandatory, the government, in all its finite wisdom, has decreed legal benefits that some of you would not wish to deny themselves. Even if you haven't yet found the perfect romance out of a storybook, even if you don't want to find it, marriage is no longer something everyone has to do, and there's no longer just one kind of marriage. It's a lot of pressure for two people to subject themselves to, which brings us to some people and ask, why bother? Yet there's other people that are just so adorable together that when you look at them, they think, yeah, they should go for it. And there's people like Kent and Jamie, who weddings are perfect for because it has everything they both love. Friends, food, alcohol, and each other. A toast to Kent and Jamie.
Who's gonna follow that?
He's
All right, well, hopefully there's still enough wine left on the tables to refill the glasses. The next speech is going to be Laurie Wilson. This is Jamie's, I wasn't sure to say big sister or older sister, but I'm going to say maybe both.
It's true, I am both of those things. Kent told me I could talk as long as I wanted, as long as it was stories about Jamie being naked. So just kidding. Because I didn't really think I could follow that with humor, I'm going to go sappy, so I'm sorry if I cry. Jamie and I often send each other songs that we like, and just if we hear songs that we like, we'll send them to each other and say, oh, you have to listen to this song. And one that Jamie sent me a few months ago had a line that really stuck with me. And the line is, I saw love, you see it came to me, it put its face up to my face so I could see. And to me, I don't know what the songwriter was actually trying to say, but I kind of took it to mean two things. Kind of the notion that love can kind of be like glasses to help us see the world a little bit clearer, and also that it can be like a mirror so that it reflects the true self back to yourself, so you can kind of see your honest self. So Kent, I wanted to say thank you to you for being that love for Jamie. I know that your support and love has been a huge part of her becoming the very talented and beautiful and smart and wonderful woman she is. So thank you. I'm very excited to have you as part of the family. And Jamie, I'm so proud of you. And thank you for being my friend. I love you so much. To Jamie.
Get some. Allegedly.